How's it going, people? It's Charlie and welcome back to the Chatting Footy Show YouTube channel. Leeds fans can relax now. We have got a win in London, finally. Leeds United getting the 2-1 win over Fulham at Craven Cottage last night. A game which I think we expected the type of game that it was going to be, and that's what it turned out to be. It was a very cagey affair. I feel like Leeds came out all guns blazing first 30 to 40 minutes. The pressing was outstanding, especially from Harrison. Down that left-hand side, he worked his socks off. Couldn't have asked more from him, if I'm honest. As always, though, with Leeds United, there's always a bit of VAR controversy, isn't there? It's not really funny anymore, if I'm honest. I think it's an absolute shambles and it's ruining the game. Luke Aylin's goal is a definite goal, in my opinion. I don't usually celebrate goals now because of VAR, but with that one, I celebrated because I thought, well, Aylin's not offside. He's come from behind his headed ball, you know. But then it gets looked at and it shows that Roberts is offside. I mean, I don't think so. His feet are on, and then they've done it based on the Fulham defender's arm or something like that. I don't even know. It's just an absolute shambles of a system, if I'm honest. And then for the Sky interviewer to ask Bamford after the game about it, and then he said, "Oh yeah, but it is the right decision though." No, it's not, mate. It's a fucking goal, and it should have been 3-1 instead of 2-1. But you know, we move on. I think the midfield battle turned out to be a bit different to how I predicted it in my pre-match. I thought Harrison Reed was going to have a much better game than what he did. I thought he was average at best. I thought Anguissa, however you pronounce his name, I thought he was really good in the midfield. I feel like him and Phillips had a good battle in there. If I'm honest, I'm not really too sure who did better out of the two. I think it was very 50-50 in terms of Phillips and Anguissa. There were times where they both got the better of each other. And then again with Leeds this season, it's pretty much an ongoing thing in terms of set pieces. Bielsa surely should be working on set pieces in training. I mean, I'm sure I've heard somewhere that he doesn't class set pieces as a high priority, but it should be. With conceded 11 goals from set pieces now, which simply is just not good enough. Aylin needs to do much better to beat his man to that ball. If it had been a header, you could have argued, well, you know, the Fulham player was taller than Aylin, he's probably used his height. But for him to just get his foot on it and actually get a decent shot off it, to be honest, was just poor from Aylin, if I'm honest. And I thought Aylin had a really good game apart from that moment. Another player that, I mean, I say another player, I mean all the Leeds players played well, but especially first half, Pascal Struijk, it just didn't do it for me in the first half. He looked very shaky, especially them moments where like the odd bounce of the ball in the box when they kind of pressured us for the last sort of 10-15 minutes at first half. He just looked really shaky, and his headers back to Meslier weren't confident enough. He was just hitting and opening his balls away. I just thought his first half was very below average. Anyway, so yeah, I think first half we absolutely bossed it up until the last 10-15 minutes. When they equalised, they got the tails up a bit and they started to come into it a little bit more. Also as well, it was really good for the boy Bamford to get a goal, especially after getting declined by England the day before. I mean, overall, it wasn't Bamford's best game. I mean, you could see he was carrying an injury for most of the game. The fact that he got to 76 minutes was an achievement in itself. But yeah, I thought he had an alright game. The goal was good, you know, nice first time low cross into the box from Harrison. First time shot, slots it straight in the bottom corner. Really good finish, and hopefully that gives Gareth Southgate a bigger headache on who to pick for his next England squad. Hopefully, I say hopefully, I don't want to wish an injury on a player, but hopefully there's something happens in this camp and Bamford actually gets his chance, because for me it thoroughly deserves it. And yeah, on to the second half. I mean, Leeds came out as they did in the first half. The pressing for pretty much the whole of the second half was second to none again. Especially, like I keep mentioning Harrison, I think Harrison's back to his best now. He had a few iffy games a few weeks back where he was dipping in and out of form, but last night I think we saw the Jack Harrison that we all know and love. High press, high intensity as always, and that was really good to see. As I said in first half about Pascal Struijk, I think there's always going to be the odd shaky moment at the back for Leeds, but for me there was nothing too much to worry about in the second half. Fulham, as much as they did get forward and have a few chances, I was never really too worried. I feel like they scored from a set piece, and that pretty much sums up their performance. I still think that they will just stay up. I think Newcastle are looking very woeful at the minute. I mean, we'll find out later on this afternoon if they can get a result at Brighton. That'll be a very good game, will that actually? They're both kind of fighting for their lives down there, and it'll be interesting to see how that one pans out in terms of the league table. And yeah, I feel like for our winner, I mean, the tackle from Phillips isn't getting spoken about enough. I mean, without that happening, Bamford doesn't get the ball to play in Rafinha. I remember as it happened, as Bamford played him, and I thought he'd overhit it, and I didn't think it was that great of a pass. But it's only when you watch it back that he actually timed the pass well. Rafinha was definitely onside, and yeah, he slots it home. And I did say in my pre-match that he needed to be on it. If I'm honest, up until he scored, I think he was in and out of the game. But yeah, it's always nice to see him get a goal. The longer that we can keep on to him, the better. I feel like the bigger teams might come sniffing around in the summer, but I think he needs to play in front of a full packed out Ellen Road, and I for one cannot wait to see him play live. And yeah, I feel like just to summarise, I'm just really happy that we managed to get the win down London. It's been a long time coming, but we've finally done it, and I couldn't be more happy for the team. Hopefully, we've got the international break now. We can get a few of us senior players back 100% fit, and then we go again for Sheffield United. And then after Sheffield, we've got City away, and then we've got Liverpool and Man United at home. Actually quite excited for them games. I think we're safe anyway, so it'll just be good to see how well we can do against them once again. And just before we end the video as well, we found out this morning sadly that our all-time leading goal scorer and club legend Peter Lorimer has sadly passed away after a long illness. I just want to send out my thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of Peter Lorimer at this horrible time. So yeah guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.